Dundunsparce. More like Dundunsparce. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and, well, it was in the first literal thing that I said, Dundunsparce, because for those uneducated, Dunsparce, a Pokemon who was introduced in Gen 2, now in Gen 9, so that's a difference of 7 gens later, has finally been given an evolution, and that evolution happens to be called Dundunsparce. I'm pretty sure the joke is supposed to be... You're a smart person, you know what I'm talking about. You don't need me to extrapolate in this much detail. Anyways, the point is that today I'm going to be explaining my gripes about Dundunsparce, and we're going to go into a little bit of detail about my general gripes about Scarlet and Violet overall. And mostly that's going to have to do with the new Pokemon that have been introduced in this game. Now, I have always been an advocate for new Pokemon. Every generation since Gen 2, there have been people who have complained about the overall design or introduction of new evolutions. A lot of people like to think that, hey, the old ones were fine, we didn't need any more. Comment down below if you can hear the bell on my cat. Other people, you know, they're okay with it, but there's always been those specific Pokemon in every gen that are often used as like the hallmark for bad design, and really it's a matter of opinion. Popular ones used are Klefki because it's literally just a set of keys, or Garbodor because he's literally just a big stinky pile of garbage. The point is that there's always, going to be someone who talks crap about the new designs and evolutions, and their reasons can be as contrived or as legitimate as they like. It's up to them. There's no accounting for taste. But when it comes to Dundunsparce, it creates a whole new dynamic. The problem with Dundunsparce for me is, despite the fact that, yeah, he's bigger, he is objectively the exact same Pokemon. There is nothing new about him, albeit he gets 2 new links in his body that you can see over there. I look at this and the first thing I think about is Mega Evolution, because we all remember from Gen 6 that is X and Y introduced Mega Evolution, and Mega Evolutions were, well, kind of like how Digimon evolved temporarily for the course of a battle, and then they go back to being what they were. And it was cool, and not every Pokemon got a Mega Evolution, but Dundunsparce looks more like a Mega Evolution, and there is a clear distinction. Traditional evolution is when one Pokemon changes into a completely new form that is reminiscent of the old one, but doesn't look like it just got older. It is clearly a different species. Then you've got Mega Evolution, and Mega Evolution is different in that it looks like the same Pokemon, but it just got an upgrade. So a good example of that would be Houndoom. Mega Houndoom does not look like it isn't Houndoom. Houndoom turns into Mega Houndoom. It's just Houndoom with like a few new trimmings, the cool new like chest plate dealio. It takes his whole everything and just makes it a little more Houndoom. And that's pretty much what Mega Evolution is. It takes the Pokemon and it just makes them more that Pokemon. And it's good, it works. And that's smart because it creates like a barrier between Mega Evolution and regular evolution, which is important because you don't want there to be any confusion about whether or not this stage is permanent or not. It's like there was a lot of thought put into Mega Evolution. And back onto the subject of Dundunsparce, that's what he looks like. Dundunsparce just looks like more of Dunsparce. Now, if you're smart, your immediate argument against this whole gripe is that Dugtrio. And I'm going to tell you right now that Dugtrio looks bad. I do not like Dugtrio. Dugtrio is passable in the sense that he was from Gen 1, and he is still technically different from Diglett. But he does have the same problem as Dundunsparce, in that he is literally just more of Diglett. If Dugtrio had not been a Gen 1 Pokemon and was actually introduced as a Gen 6 Mega Evolution of Diglett, I don't think anyone would have argued with that. It would have looked normal, it would have looked legit. People would have actually loved Mega Diglett a lot because of all the love that it would have given that Pokemon. But otherwise, I would say that Dugtrio is pretty much the exact same issue as Dundunsparce. The issue I have with Dundunsparce in particular is that he does not give anything to Dunsparce. I'm not talking about his stats, I'm not talking about his competitive viability, but this has not given me anything new to love about this Pokemon. There's a perfect example of a Pokemon evolving is Charizard, right? Because you get Charizard after evolving from like a lanky looking big red lizard who evolved from a small cute lizard. And it's like the final form has wings, it breathes fire, he's huge, he's got an attitude. It's like everything came full circle and you got something that looks great. Now, unless Dundunsparce evolves one more time later into Dundunsparce or something stupid like that, then Dundunsparce hasn't really given me much to love about it. It still looks like the same sleepy snake Pokemon that it was before. There's just more of it now, and that's... I don't think anyone really loved Dunsparce just for the way that it looked. I mean, I know there's been some people who like Dunsparce, some people love Dunsparce, but he's just always been what he is. He's just like a cute little snake with a bump in the middle, and that's it. There's not really much else to say on the matter, but I haven't been given a lot more to like about it. Similarly, in this exact same vein, I want to talk quickly about Pawmi, a new Pokemon introduced in Scarlet and Violet. Brand new. He is not an evolution of an already existing one. Brand new. Pawmi. That one. Pawmi, when he evolves, turns into... Pawmo! So, his name is similar, aesthetically he is similar, and the only real difference is his stats. He gets a little bigger, like he's clearly a different Pokemon, but again, you could argue that this just looks like a grown-up Pawmi, because Pawmi does look kind of juvenile. It just looks like Mega Pawmi. It's Mega Pawmi! Look at that! I am not invested in raising Pawmi because I feel like Pawmo is just more of Pawmi. There's no reward for raising this thing outside of its stats. I don't know if it's actually good competitively. It might be. I've heard that every Gen 9 Pokemon is apparently a competitive powerhouse. I don't know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Pokemon design. Well, that's what we're here for. And Pawmi and Pawmo are a good example of, I don't think lazy design, but I would say nearsighted. And I think the Game Freak overall has kind of lost sight a little bit of what makes evolution exciting. Which is interesting because in the same game we've been given cool evolutions like Annihilate, who is just the coolest, smartest, most clever design. Let's talk about Annihilate for a second. Primeape has been my favorite Pokemon for a very, very long time. And I'm so happy that he's finally got a new evolution, Annihilate. And it's cool, it looks badass, and then it's also got ghost typing. And some people are going to be like, oh, I don't get it, why does he turn into a ghost? Because I get it, because Primeape famously has always been known for chasing someone forever and ever after making eye contact with him. If you make direct eye contact with Primeape, he will chase you forever. And ghost type means that he will continue to chase you even in death. It's a cool idea, and the design and aesthetic and everything is really unique. Very out of left field, and that's not a bad thing. It's weird to me that Scarlet and Violet can do so well when it comes to Pokemon like Annihilate, but then in the same breath, when it gives us a completely new evolutionary line like Pawmi, we're given two of what is essentially the exact same Pokemon. And then in other cases where Pokemon are given new evolutions from old gens, like Dunsparce, it's literally like no thought was put into it. I don't know what any of this really means for the franchise, but it does feel kind of empty. Like, my interest in playing Scarlet and Violet dwindles with every evolution and new Pokemon that is not truly inspired by originality. And it's like, I was pretty outraged in Gen 5 when they introduced Panpour, Pansear, and Pansage, 3 Pokemon who are aesthetically all identical, and then in the same game they gave us Tornadus, Thundurus, and the other one, Landorus. All these Pokemon that look very aesthetically similar, albeit with a few little design choices here and there, and then you do the color change, and oh look, we've got a brand new Pokemon! It's lazy. That is lazy. I want to avoid accusing them of being lazy, but that's how it feels, and my opinion on the matter is if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, then it's probably kind of lazy. Anyways, these have just been my random thoughts about the new Scarlet and Violet and Dundunsparce and why I'm not terribly fussed about them. I know that a lot of people really like Dundunsparce, but my consensus so far is that a lot of Pokemon are liked for being stupid. And if you've seen my earlier videos on this channel, you'll know exactly how I feel about Pokemon like Mudkip, who are loved unanimously because they're stupid. And I'm not a fan of that. I like originality, and I'll respect your opinions till my dying day, but I still don't like it. Anyways, I hope that not all of my videos in the future are just me ranting about random stuff that I have no control over. Certainly, take my words for what they are, just someone ranting about random crap on the internet, but definitely leave your comments down below and let me know how you feel about the new evolutions. Do you actually love Dundunsparce, and is there something about him that I just completely missed or overlooked? Certainly, I am open to any and all arguments on this subject, so let me know down below, and if you completely disagree and you hate my guts for my opinions, then let me have it in the comments as well. Give me that sweet engagement. Anyways, if you enjoyed today's content, then make sure to give the video a like and subscribe and hit the bell icon and share it with your friends and comment and do all of that good stuff that every channel asks you to do, but with my channel, actually do it. Anyways, my name is Raggy. I will see you next time, Ragamuffins. Have a good one.